Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Talking Stick Show. Come in, relax, and join us in the Zoom of the rooms. So, if you'd like to come onto the show and join in for a free reading, the link is in the description. Come on and come and have a chat, come and have a reading. So, Laura, I welcome you to the show, the co host, the great Laura Massey. Laura's going into her brown hibernation mode. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Dale. Yeah, well, no one can see, but yes, I am. Well, we're coming up to winter. Well, we're autumn really, and it feels like summer here. But yeah, there's times when you need to drop old selves and bring in new selves, and hopefully that's what I'm doing at the moment. That's what I'm working on with all the solar flares and the full moon going on as well.
Yes.
All those energies, all those dream worlds becoming more sort of evident, and the barriers being dropped in the unseen world as everything gets rattled up, shaken up with solar storms. Have you been finding it, Dale?
So the sun unleashed its nuts, I believe, on Sunday or Monday. We have an X class coming in and out. So for me, I've had a medicine journey over the last weekend. So for me, it's again going back to that death and rebirth cycle. Parts of me needed to die. There was parts of me which were holding on to the very end. And there was a moment where I did some sun gazing before the weekend. I was looking and seeing myself being birthed again, and as I saw myself come out of the sun, I grabbed the baby, which was me, and it was said the long cycle of death and rebirth is over. Even though we have many deaths, many rebirths, we can have short death and rebirths, long ones, but mine was a long cycle. So 6 months ago, or 8 months ago, sorry, I went through the divorce, I went through the separation. So me going past that, I realized there was so much of myself suppressed in that relationship. There was so much of my voice which I wasn't using for me. I was always giving it away. So for me, this last cycle has been about me bringing who I am back with my voice. So lately, it's been for me figuring things out about myself, knowing that the journey, there's always things to do. I'm not getting obsessed with the amount of work I have to do, like coming from the medicine journey, then realizing there's more work to do, then there's more work to do. But for me, it's all about letting my obsession side of myself go, because obsession can lead us into loops of making something from being potent to being not so potent. So a lot of us get this obsession energy to go out and seek spirit, go out into the other side of the universe. That is great, but at times it can work against you, because if you're out there all the time, you become ungrounded, and that's all you see. And you see it within the light worker communities, all different spiritual groups. I've been one of them, where you're always out searching for something, but the search has to start with who you are, searching your story, searching your highs and lows of life. It's all about knowing thyself, and that's one of the greatest gifts anybody can do at this moment in time for anybody in this world or any other galactic being out there, is doing the due diligence of yourself, setting the standard for yourself. And as you set the standard and respect yourself enough, people will look at you and see the validation that it does work. This shit works, doesn't it, Laura?
Oh, absolutely. And let's face it, the whole idea of being on Earth is to be on Earth and not out your body. So it's bringing your celestial mediumship, whatever you want to call it, bringing that back to Earth so we can make the changes that are needed or that we promised ourselves this lifetime. What we took on, that those of you doing the inner work know, you take on that mantle of responsibility equal to your own level of awareness. And you can't do that if you're off chasing galactic brothers and sisters in the universe and beyond. So all that is part of the spiritual journey. Of course it is, connecting to the unseen, doing the offerings to the ancestors and so on. But it only means something if you can keep yourself grounded, because we do live in this world and we have to survive in this world and we have to thrive in this world. And really the success of working with spirit, if you want to put it that way, is to work on both levels, a foot in a foot in both the seen and unseen. Don't let one consume more of you than the other. And there are times that one will. Of course, our 3D lives can take over at times. And as you said, Dale, sometimes you can go and need to go wandering off into the spirit world. But it is important you keep yourself grounded and always bring yourself back to that sacred neutral perspective. And what you're talking about, cycles, that continual death and rebirth, whether it's a full-on shaman's death, where you're really going to lose a significant part of yourself. So you go through that dark night of the soul. It's needed, this cyclical birth and rebirth. The death and rebirth is so necessary to lose the parts of us that aren't serving our greater growth and aren't keeping up with who we are now. And this is all like part of the separation of densities, that is losing old selves that just aren't going to help you move forward. And it's a long and can be a tough journey at times. And it's about facing ourselves, the greater who we are, who we want to be, what we've come for, what great dream are we dreaming? Dale and I dream the great dream of being a peacemaker and peacekeeper and celestial mediums of peace. And to do that, we have to have peace as first choice. And to do that, you have to have peace within yourself first. And I think that is one of the most grounding things, when you can bring peace to yourself on earth now with your unseen support team working with you. It's a co-creation all the time with the universe, with great mystery, great spirit. But that's what those of us who are following this path are here to do. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but if you're tuning in now to the Talking Stick show, or you follow any of Andrew's work, you'll know really that is what it's about.
Beautiful. And what does a now moment mean for you? And that's something what you can ask in meditation and stillness. What does the true now moment mean for the individual? Does it mean being present? Does it mean being in the body? Those are some questions you can ask yourself in meditation. And if you find it hard to go into deep states of meditation, use breath and see prana flowing through your feet, your fingers, and just allow the breath to bring you into a loving state, because the breath helped me with so many of my programs in the past, to the point where I obsessed with breath work. So there was a part of me where one thing worked, but to a point and extent it stopped working and worked against me. So I don't really do as much breath work now, but I needed that breath work and that medicine to be able to stop and look at the now, look at my programs. Because when I was doing 10, 20, 30 minutes, an hour of breathing, I was understanding what my limitations of my programs were. And the programs are always going to be there for people, but it's about not accepting the programs of who you are, not accepting the programs to take over your personality until you become the program. And a lot of people out there become the program, unfortunately, where they go through life being out the body, being a narcissist, or just not loving thyself. So very important, some skills you can do is just asking questions. Am I in this now? How can I reach the now? What is the now for me? Because everyone has an understanding of what the now is. And it's now everyone's time to step up and write about what the now is to them. Because everyone has a voice, everyone is a teacher, and everyone has a potential to be a grandfather. And the grandfathers are the teachers. Grandfathers teach. Even if we're a woman, we still have grandfather energy in us. And we have to explore our feelings, looking at the great work Laura, Andrew does, all of everyone does. Get that to inspire you to start writing, for you to start saying prayers, for you to start saying and doing ritual and ceremony, having discipline part of your daily practice, but not obsessing. If you're doing the work 7 days a week, 2 hours, 3 hours a day, that is obsession. And I do that at times. There are times where I don't take time off. I'll hold my hand up at that. So just evaluate the inner knowing. Laura, is there anything you want to add to that?
Absolutely. So we do learn from these polarities, which Dale and I have been through and will go through. So polarity is a good teaching. because it shows you one side, the extremes of both sides, if you like. And the whole aim of what we're doing is to take that sacred neutral point of view. And if you want to be able to read the Akashic records, and both Dale and I do, okay, nowhere near what Andrew does, but you know, we're training, and one of the first understandings is you take that sacred neutral sovereign point of view and recognize it's an ever-present moment of now. Because if you are not in the now, then your energy is somewhere else. It's either, if you're worrying about the future, that's where your energy is going. If you're contemplating on the past for too long, that's where your energy is. And the source of your prana, as Dale says, or your absolute, you know, the energy force that flows through you is only to be gained by working in the now, and then working in the now in a sacred neutral point of view, because that will give you access then to no time moments where you can step out of time, particularly in ceremony. And when you step out of time, so many more points of view are available to you, because we're looking for always the unlimited point of view, which is hard in this 3D world at times with all the projections thrown at us and so on. And the programs that Dale was talking about, if you're run by programs, you've almost had like a spiritual heart bypass, because you've forgotten to make that heart-mind connection. And one of the practices always of looking at your left and right hemispheres of your brain, placing them over your heart and working with your heart-brain connection. And your voice is connected to both of those. And that's where your self-empowerment comes from in the now. And let's face it, we all want a better life on earth. We all want to succeed in what we're doing. And we can't do that if we allow ourselves to be run by the programs and we're not looking at what the heart and mind are telling us.
Beautiful. And so over the weekend, I was in the medicine, and there was a moment where I went blind, and Spirit said, "You're going to be blind now." So when I did the grandmother Aya, it's fast paced, and there's always so much going on because there's something coming through you. There's parts of you trying to stop it, but there was a moment where it was like, right, it's time to go blind, and it's time to step into your body fully. And I was getting shown parts of me which come out my body, parts of me through a reaction or a certain family member or trauma of the past, which takes me out the body. So I was learning my water, my spirit, and where it sat. And I understood that certain relationships and certain traumas, what I experienced at a younger age, kicked me out the body. So I was being aware of how in the body I actually am. And on the ayahuasca journey, I was learning the art of grounding within such a journey like that. Was at the last thing I thought I would have been able to do. There was a point where I thought I could go to sleep because I was so still. So it was a light show at the start, but then all the lights went off and it was pitch black. And it was all about me being present here now, understanding the way to our other selves is being present in the here and the now. And there was all of these different versions of me reaching out to me. There was a part of me in the future as a grandmother, and I saw her on the beach. She was a grandmother of Turtle Island. It was a future version of me on ayahuasca, seeing me from the past. So I was connecting to all of these other me's and other worlds and so on in this world. So the way back to finding the versions of you is through the now present training, being in the body, learning stillness. Like the bear goes into hibernation, you have to start requiring that state of nothingness as everything at the same time, trying to feel a smile resonance within the soul as you go into stillness is so important. Having the smile, having the joy, having the will to continue on, having the breath of life to come into you, knowing there will be some sort of programs what come in, but laugh at them, tell them you don't have power over me anymore, because that's the important thing here, is to realize programs and not give them so much power, because people do. And the parasympathetic overwrites the body. It happens to me at times. but being present and doing the training, doing the work is so important now. It's all about being in this world. And as Andrew said on the last show, the way to the ascension is within ourselves. That's the way we can reach the stars, by learning what is in our own DNA. And as we learn what is in our own DNA, we learn about the galactic DNA as well. So if you're out there all the time, come back in, sit with us, listen to the words I'm saying now, because it's so important being here as a human, learning how to master the art of balance with being a human with the limitations is becoming the grand master of the self, becoming the universal master of understanding. We are all within ourselves. We have everything within us, the Akashic record, all of the information of our past, present, and future simultaneously existing now.
So, Dale, tell us a little about the difference between, say, recreationally doing, well, not ayahuasca, but something similar. So, doing some sort of drugs, and then how it is when you're doing something that you prepare for, like ayahuasca.
So doing a drug regularly is a habit pattern and a program which has taken and overridden the body to become a lack of personality, a trauma, a sadness, which is never resolved. So as you take the drug, you're going back to that hurt, which, because with drugs and with the continuation of taking them regularly, there's always a pain. And it's about finding where that pain started, because there was a point in the past where that pain was created, where you decide to mask that pain. And this is even from marijuana. Marijuana is great and it's a medicine plant, but it does get abused so much. So trying to figure out where that pain came from and understand it is a trauma. I've been in addiction. Every time I took drugs, it was to escape from my loneliness. It was to escape from the part of me which wasn't resolved, which didn't love myself, which didn't know who I was, needed someone to support me. Instead of learning, I am the support. I have the support within me. I don't need the validation of another girlfriend or wife to give me that support, even though wife and girlfriends are beautiful experiences because you both share and learn from each other. But there's a point in time where codependency has to fall away. If you want to become a self-master, you cannot be in a codependent relationship. You have to have an equal exchange of one giving, the other giving, and so on, and a mutual respect where you both want each other to grow in love, because love is all what it is. Love is real. Love is the feeling what flows through our veins, the breath we take each day, the breath the baby takes as the baby comes out of the birth canal. It's expressing that love and going towards medicine now. Medicine is a different form of remembering. It's about, I'd say it's like having surgery, but not surgery. It's about, so for ayahuasca, for me, ayahuasca was showing me the roadmap back to the remembering of who I was. I was clearing out all the shit from me, all of the poisons I've taken on in the past were coming to me before I went deep into the Aya state. So Aya's not for everyone, but for me, I give Aya so much respect because she's helped me so much. And all she's there to do is teach love. That's all she is love, a teacher of love, a plant spirit, which when you take the Aya and you bring the DMT into you, you go through the journey of listening to her. And a lot of people get worried about Aya. They come out the body, they sit up, they're scared to relax and let go. So for me, Aya was about, it's like spiritual counseling by loads of different grandmothers and ancestors. And I had a vision on my second night where I reached the Trinity so I reached the vision of Trinity. And I'm not going to talk about it too much because I'm going to be doing a lot of writing on this and doing a master document about it. But I had, on the second night, from me going through what I went through, Spirit gave me a gift and I saw the gift, and I'm going to do everything in my possible way to respect Aya and continue on the teachings of the grandfathers, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to share the torch of eldership. We're here to step up and walk the sacred path. We're here to speak. We're here to shout. We're here to sing and have fun. And that's what it showed me. So it's so different than recreational drugs. Some people use Aya and mushrooms as a religion and they do it too much. that means you're abusing it and you're not actually listening to the medicine, because at one point in time, the medicine there will be a time where you have to stop taking the medicine, learn to do it without it, learn to do mushrooms without it. So they're all there as gateways back to ourself. But it's what we do with it, not abuse it, not obsess about it.
Well, it's like anything, isn't it? It's you know about it, you have knowledge about it, but it's the action that turns that knowledge into wisdom. And then you have that wisdom, and it's what are you going to do with it? So some people might go on an higher journey and then do nothing with that. And the whole point of grandmother ayahuasca showing you the programs, showing you what you need to work on, is you come away, you unpack all that, as Dale's talking about. You unpack it, you examine it, you process it. And that can take weeks, Dale, can't it? If not months. I mean, sometimes I still get stuff coming up from my last medicine journey that I have to look at, something I might not have looked at as well as I should have done, that's going to help me on my journey, because she'll always give you what you need in the moment.
Yes. And it's important to receive what you need in the moment. And like I said before, going back to those questions, record your own voice, asking yourself questions. As Andrew's talked about the hot seat and done the hot seat many times, the hot seat's so important. Speaking and asking questions to you yourself, or getting someone to ask questions, so you can have a separation and understanding between subconscious and spirit, because sometimes subconscious can lead us down the wrong path. When we have a program or we have something where we've experienced that much, it's in our subconscious programming. So doing something spiritual for people can be hard because of the subconscious, because they're so used to working all the time, not doing spirit work. So you have to have the drive to continue on, to walk on with a smile, enjoy, knowing times are going to be shit. Sometimes I have a shit time where I'm like, shit, I think I know it all, but I don't. I've just started. Go back to school, young Dale. That's what. Go back to school.
And what what are you going to do with that? How are you going to better yourself, if you like? How are you going to help your spirit evolve in this moment of now with what you've learned on the ayahuasca journey? And that is the whole reason for doing it, isn't it?
Yes. Knowing thyself, all coming back to knowing thyself. The way to the stars is knowing thyself. The way to the past, present, and future is knowing who we are. We can't perceive the future, or we can't have responsibility to see spirit fully until we know thyself, know what triggers and traumas we have, stop being a zealot, going to ask for help, because I know not a lot of you listeners listening now, you're in the spirit world, but you never ask for help, because sometimes it hurts the ego. And I go through ego deaths all the time. I get Andrew grilling me every day. Not every day, but a lot of days.
We take it in turns, Dale, I think, don't we?
And I grill him. So we have.
we keep each other accountable, and that's a part of the
Yes.
training that both Dale and I do. Keeping you accountable until you can keep yourself accountable, which is part of that mantle of responsibility of taking your journey forward. So if anyone out there wants to come in, please do come in and talk to Dale and I, because we don't know everything, but we do know and can share the experience of our journeys, our ongoing journeys, what we've been through, and we can share that with you, because between us, we've had a lot of different spiritual experiences. We've both trained with Andrew for a long time now, set up our own businesses and so on. So we're happy to talk about anything with any of you. If you need help, if you're stuck on your spiritual journey, use this opportunity. It means you don't have to book a session. You can come on now, and we can both give you some help. Don't be stuck. Don't sit there stuck and think you can't move forward. As Dale said, that is just a program that's stopping you on your greater growth.
Beautiful. So, Laura, should we say a prayer?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's do a prayer.
I, in this sacred moment of here and now, I feel, I see this now moment. Through the vision of my third eye and my eyes, my heart, I create heart vision. Heart vision showing me the frequency of what the now can truly do to myself. Seeing the now through other perspectives and eyes, but seeing the I through me. To see an I within the heart. Feel the heart smiling and opening up like a flower. I feel my resonance of peace flow through my body, through my veins like cycles after cycles, going from the next to the next, understanding patterns and how patterns can create doorways to open, but patterns can create resistance. Seeing all of our doors open to the unlimited point of view around us. Seeing these parts of ourselves which have to and need to die in the moment, the long death, the short death, whatever way you choose to die. Because in the moment we all die, we all reborn. Every moment to moment there is a death. What part of death cycle are you in this moment? Are you holding on to death? Are you holding on to being born? Are you resisting from being born into this universe? Are you resisting from claiming the torch of your knowingness of who you are? Clear the race amnesia from yourself. Bring the source spark into your beingness. Feel the peace flutter, fly through you as you begin to fly in your body. And think about that concept, flying in your body. How does one do that? One does that by being present here in the now, being present to the toes, being present to the fingers. So we can truly experience silence, patience, peace, and we can smoke the peace pipe of the universe. We call to the peacekeepers and peacemakers of the now, as we open the fire rituals of past, present, and future, where we declare sovereignty of who we truly are again. We bring source spark back into us. We bring life force back into our knowing. As we journey now beyond the stars, then beyond the stars more. But in this moment of the now, we feel the river, the forever plenty flowing in our spirit and in our core. Aho.
Beautiful. Have we got anyone who's called in?
No. So it's your time, your prayer, Laura.
Right. We'll carry on with prayers then. Okay. So I ground myself in this ever-present moment of now, knowing these words will be applicable in the past, present, and future, and recognizing my responsibility as an ancestral medium, my responsibility to my ancestors. We all have responsibility to our ancestors, for we are the living ancestors of the now. We have the responsibility of being the living prayer, to show that we are founded and grounded in a long-term peace. We are not fickle with our actions. We show courage, commitment, and discipline to move forward, to learn each day, to evolve our very soul's journey, to look at our programs, look at our habitual habit patterns, look at those things that are keeping us in a constant flow that's not serving us. And we must go back time and time again to look at ourselves, to question ourselves, to find our authentic self. With this prayer, let's find the journey to discover our authentic self as we ground ourselves into this now moment, pull ourselves totally into the body, feel the feet upon the earth, feel Mother Earth. Feel every part of our body, for our body must always be a part of the experience. We must be in our body to fully experience what we need to experience both in this world and on the other side. walking with a foot in both worlds, doing the very best that we can do day to day, carrying forward the messages and the stories of the ancestors. For within the stories of the ancestors are what they have learned and are passing forward to us now. And we are always our own ancestors as we walk this earth now, as we do ceremony, as we talk to Grandfather Sun, Grandmother Moon, Father Sky, the thunder beings, as we talk to Earth Mother. Remember, we are all part of this great web of life, and everything we do has a knock-on effect with somebody else. So doesn't it benefit us and everybody if we just do the very best we can do to evolve our own souls at this moment in time, in this grounded moment now? So we honor our ancestors, we honor their ways, we hold ceremony, we make offerings, we bring forward their wisdom now. We are their living hope for the fifth world of peace. And that's a journey we're all on, whether we're in awareness or unawareness, is taking those steps through the pine forest of peace to the fifth world of peace. And that can just be a thought away. It's in our impeccable actions, how we treat ourselves, how we treat other people. Are we nourishing ourselves? Are we looking after ourselves? Do we put love as a first choice? Do we look in our hearts every day, see what's sitting in our hearts? Do we work from our heart mind, or do we just let the programs run us and go from chemical reaction day to day, not really mindful of our effect on others and on the planet? We carry forward this responsibility. I make this ancestral prayer now and say to the ancestors, I know who I am. I am dreaming that great dream of peace. Ancestors, I've come now. Your wisdom is in my DNA. I choose to tap into that wisdom every day of my life. Every footfall upon this earth, I remember who you were, why you dreamed the great dream of peace. And I know I must go forward and follow the path that you set down for us to continue that great dream. So we may all exist in the fifth world of peace. That is my responsibility. That is my responsibility to past, present, and future. And I will take up that mantle of responsibility. I will honor you. I will move forward and do my very best day to day. Thank you for this opportunity to say this prayer. We love you, ancestors. Aho.
Oh,
Some powerful prayer words there, Dale.
beautiful. So just bring some of that care energy and just bring it into the gut, the spine, feet, all of those words of those beautiful prayers. Just feel the care of who we are come into you. Like a light breeze on a summer's day. Just feel creativeness igniting and bringing forth the potent self, which is you, which can co-create with the universe and the valleys of the lost selves. So these lost selves can be found through the many values of humanity and what humanity can maintain in this present moment. It's all about how much you can maintain from moment to moment, the maintenance of maintaining a moment. Think about that. Maintenance of maintaining a moment to every moment. What does it require to be able to have that maintenance? Do you need to fix certain screws, certain pipes in the body which are rusty, which are worn out and old, which hold no cognition to the eternal self, to the eternal freedom of the dreamers of the peace pipe nations of the stars? It's all about feeling frequency moment to moment, feeling the echo chamber of self with self-resolution of speaking thy words in this moment, speaking the flower of life, speaking the fruition of the stars, the breeze of and the trees which flow through our DNA, because that's what we are. We are all everything within everything at the same time, but nothing at the same time exists, but everything exists at the same time. It's all about perceiving the moment to moment, maintaining potent, powerful nowness frequency to be present, to earn the right to be present here, to earn the respect of who we are. By knowing one's fortitude, knowing one valley of dreams and what dreams we create and how these dreams affect the universal whispers, the universal migration patterns, the stars and the sources of all sources, co-create different realms of experience, so different fruitions of time, space, awareness can be experienced here and the now. And the other galactic planets are awakening, remembering as well along our awakening and remembering. They're going through the pipe of the peace being passed from elder to elder. All of the wild walkers who are forgotten, we pass you the peace pipe now, for you to smoke and feel the great spirit lungs, to feel the spirit in your lungs, feel those potent, powerful ancestors speak through you as you sing, singing to the remembering of the lands, of the dreams, of the ancient grove of trees and spaces we've shared memories on this life and other lives. We bring all of that frequency into this now moment because we are perceiving everything in this now. We're perceiving past, future, resonance of what will be, resonance of what could be. All of these are potentials of now. And this is something we have to have responsibility in this world of 7 color expressions as we go into the many different colors of expressions, time-based, remembering awareness of present moment. But really, is it the present moment? Ask yourself that. What is present moment? Is it everything in one? Is it past, present, and future? This is something you will have to explore yourself. Maintenance of the now. Remember those words. What do I need to do to maintain this present moment so I can make a change within my own core of being, to follow a different path, a path out of mediocrity and depression, a path out of darkness, so the chambers of love, peace, and reveal can exist within one's soul and DNA again. Because the founders exist within our DNA. Everyone has founder potential seeded into their DNA as they are born through the sacred well springs. This is present moment, and you are the choice to choice. Not me, you. And these choices create patterns. These choices create realities, potentials, time, spaces, darkness, lightness, in between. It all comes down to now. Aho.
Aho. Beautiful, bro. We have a caller, I believe.
Yes, we have a caller. So Delia, we are giving you the signal to unmute.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Delia. How are you? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Florida.
Welcome to the Talking Stick Show.
Thank you. I did not know I'm calling.
Sorry?
I did not know I'm calling.
Oh.
Well, there you go. The universe just showed it to you.
Yes, you come through.
Put me on the spot.
Yes.
Yeah, so
that's all right. We're on the spot as well. Don't worry.
Yes. So what's going on with you then?
Well, I feel like you answered the question so many times that I'm about to ask that I don't want to take somebody else's time that has better questions. But now that I'm here.
It's always a teaching, Delia. It's always a teaching there for somebody. So ask away.
So how do you start? For me, I've been listening to a lot of your teachings and Andrew's teachings and read books. But I do have that blockage and that anxiety when I start doing revocations or try to prayer, and I get blocked and I feel like I don't know how to pray.
So
Can't find my word.
So for you, it's all about appreciating the moment. And there's a part of you which lacks appreciation of the moment, which links to joy and happiness of the moment. There's something in you where you can't ignite joy and happiness anymore. So there's something in your past which is holding you and blocking you from being able to access a moment of joy, a smile, simply letting go of the past and letting go of expectations to know everything. Because there's an expectation in you which is causing a limitation at the moment, because you're wanting to do this great work, but the great work is all about fun, being present. Laura, do you want to add anything to that?
Yes, it's a co-creation and it's creativity, Delia. So what do you do in your life that you get enjoyment from that is creative?
Just being with my kids.
Okay, what do you have for you? So you have that role as a mother, but what do you have that is for you? Whether it's making flower arranging or something that is just creative for you. What do you do for you?
Well, I haven't done anything in a while, and what Dale is talking about, I never saw it like that, but it makes completely sense. I know I have a serious stick in my butt, and I laugh about it every time Andrew says it because I know I have it.
Well, one of the ways to break that is to do something creative that you find joy in. Because when you enter something that you really enjoy, you can enter that no time moment. And when you enter that no time moment, then you've got greater access to the unseen world. You are in the unseen world. So and what I'm saying, it's something that you're not going to have to give a lot of thought to, because you just go and do it because you enjoy it. So, previously, what have you had that you have enjoyed doing? I mean, do you walk? Are there any particular physical exercise you do? Do you make anything? Do you cook that you enjoy?
I'm a chef. And
Perfect.
I like to ride bicycles.
Okay. You're a chef. How's your love of food, or has it gone stale? Are you working at you work at being a chef? Is that your employment?
Yes, me and my husband own a restaurant.
Fabulous. Okay.
And that's where the serious stick comes from. Since we got this restaurant, it's just a burden on us and our family since we have it, that everything else gotta come second. And I carry that guilt of having small kids and putting them through, being the children of the restaurant and not having the time to spend with them properly.
I know just how you're feeling, Delia, because I ran a restaurant with my chef husband for 10 years. And sometimes it was a prison and sometimes it was a blessing. So
yeah,
yes, we did very well financially out of it. He was an exceptional chef and I ran front of house. But my boys will tell you, in some ways it was good, in some ways it wasn't. And they're 36 and 38 now. But the little one at 8 had one of those big tall chef's hats on in the kitchen, and he had to stand on an old ore drum to reach the counters. And they worked through their teenage years, Christmas days and so on. So I do understand the guilt that you carry, that you're not giving your children what we would call a normal life.
Yeah.
That is a real tough one. How long have you been doing it for?
3 years.
Okay. And how is it going?
It's hard. It's hard. We're seasonal than where the restaurant is. It's very seasonal. So during the months of November through May is the season, which is very busy. And then May through October is the off season. End of May, June through October.
Yeah.
And it's just tough because, you know, the economy and everything. It's not an.
Oh no, it's a tough business to be in. And it's tiring. It takes its toll on your body. I was in hotel and catering before that, so my body has taken the toll of that. Go on.
Go ahead.
Is there any part of it you enjoy, or have you lost your inspiration with the food as well?
No, I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I love cooking for the kids. It's part of what I want to do next when this is over, become a nutritionist and teach children how to eat and what to eat and teach them about food and how the body works.
That's beautiful. That's creative. How soon can you put these plans into action?
Oh, that's the frustration. We have almost 2 years on the contract. I don't see it happening anytime before that. And I'm just so exhausted that I cannot put my energy into more than what's needed. And that's another frustrating part, that I'm just burned out.
How many hours a week do you work? On average? Hello, are you there?
Oh, we've lost Delia.
Oh, I'm here now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay,
So
we're back.
how many hours a week do you work on average?
On average,
Yes.
I don't know. I have 6 days a week, 8 to 9, 10 hours a day.
So this is destroying you, the amount of hours you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So currently your body's overloaded, where you currently just live a passive life because there's no energy in you to actually live a non-passive life. And it's how you can have time off to see a future which could potentially change, but not changing and rushing, because obviously money's important and so on. If you have children, it's important to work. You have to work. But for you, it's going to be about taking time off to fully go into relaxation, to actually feel you again, because there's something running you, and you've got to find you, the passionate person about food. Because I believe that you're talking that you're passionate about food, but I can't feel it in you at the moment, because that side of you's gone, and you can bring that side of you back. Yeah. What are your dreams? Like, what for your dreams, what are they? Being honest here.
I cannot dream ahead of time anymore. I don't know how to make a plan anymore.
So that's the passiveness just taking over. The do just completely taking over. Is there any way of working 5 days a week?
Yes, yeah. I hopefully, when my husband went to Colorado for 2 months to make money so we can pay the rent for the restaurant. So once he comes back, hopefully I'll get more time off.
2 days, that's all you need. Just 2 days at the moment to actually start having fun, go off, get your feet done, get your nails done, get your hair done. Just something you can bring a smile back on. So on that day off and those 2 days off, it's just about you recovering and going into the hibernation state to recover, so you can have the energy to at least have some of your life force start flowing through you. Because at the moment, all your life force is taken up by other people. It's like I scan your energy field and there's so many people in your core frequency all the time. Every single ounce of energy you get, someone's taking it from you. Whether it's someone who's pissed off or whether it's someone around you, whether it's someone in the restaurant, it's all about people taking from you. So
how do I stop them?
By stopping having that rest. If you can have holidays, go on holidays, get cover into the restaurant, start taking you seriously. I have to dream. I know this restaurant is going to work and this pays my bills, but I have to have the separation time for me, solely me, not anybody else, so I can recover and feel the experience again. Because it's just a passive go, go, go. Everything's go, go, go. I can't do this. I don't like my life. This is shit. I'm in pain. All of these feelings are coming out of you. And you have to listen to those feelings, even though some of them aren't true. Some of them are just trying to scare you or make you worried. You've got to listen to them, to stop, relax, take time off.
Yeah.
I mean, your work-life balance is completely out of kilter, darling. There's not, as Dale said, there's nothing there for you at all. I mean, I think we can all hear the exhaustion in your voice. And if you're going to function and run a successful business, you know, you are the operative of that business. You and your husband, you're the mainstay.
Yeah.
If you make yourself ill, you can't be there anyway, and you don't want to get to that place just through sheer exhaustion. It's either that or you both go and do something else. I mean, you're talking about another 2 years you have to go. Is that with the rent conditions?
Yes.
Okay. So you've got to sit down and make a plan with your husband how you can both run the restaurant financially viably and yet have your time without even won't even look at particular spiritual practices. You've got to get yourself to a well enough balanced state where you're not in this state of exhaustion, because you won't be able to function properly like this. So it needs an honest look with your husband how you can get through the next 2 years. And as Dale said, those 2 days off a week are vital. I know how heavy it is on your feet doing that, working with food all day. Much of the joy will be taken away just through this overwork load that you're on. And you know how you can express joy through food, in presentation and taste and so on, and how customers pick up on that. They pick up all the energy that you're putting into food. And I'm sure you're diligent and you care about what you do, but you've forgotten you in all this. I want you to write something down. How can I love myself more? And I want you to read that every day and add something to that list to love yourself more, to love yourself better. Something for you, extra time off. Are you split shifts, Delia? Is it like lunch and dinner, or is it all day?
In season, we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but we cut the dinner down to 3 nights. So we have breakfast, lunch for 6 days, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 3 days out of those 6.
Okay, so you've been obviously done the figures to see which is the most financially viable for it. And then, like Dale said, can you get people, reliable people? I know what it's like in the restaurant trade. Reliable people. Even I understand, I mean, my husband and I at the time had separate holidays and separate days off. I know what that's like. And if it was only a temporary solution, it's not ideal, but it will get you and your husband some time off, yet have one of you with your eyes in, being actually present when the other people were there. So if only one of you a day off. So the other one at least would know what's going on in the business, because I do understand the problem with leaving a restaurant business to somebody else is it's so open to all sorts of things that can happen and go wrong. So if one of you was there, the other one could take 2 days off if you got extra staff in, and the other way round. Not ideal. I know you need time off together, but it's a temporary solution. Is that something that would be possible?
Yeah, starting next month, I think, when he'll be back, we'll definitely look into it, how we can plan it better.
So you want to create a schedule for next month. So know what days you're going to have off. Try and have 2 days off together, and actually have a plan instead of a no plan. So when you've got the time off, you can make use of that time, where you can add massage, you can add just anything where you can just simply relax. Yeah. It's going to be so important. And when you're in that relaxation state, there might be a set of emotions what come up for you about how truly sad, how the sadness is set into your soul. And that's going to be a realization for you that you have to get yourself out of this depression, because it is depression you're in right now. And you can counteract that. You can counteract depression with joy, choice, making a commitment to you. Depression lies within everyone if they don't do the due diligence and the service to servicing themselves. It's now time for you to get a service. Book yourself into the car shop, metaphorically.
Yeah. I know.
Go on.
I was going to say, I used to be such a good laugher. I used to have such a light heart, and now I'm just packed. Layered.
You're beaten down with the exhaustion and work and all the responsibility of it. Everyone else's projections from all the customers, the delivery drivers that drop stuff off. Do you live at the restaurant?
No.
Good. So you can get away. But often you take those energies home. So on your day off would be really good if you can get out into nature, get away, just clear all those energies. Even go away overnight, anything, so you can come back refreshed. Because to be in the restaurant industry, it's really tough on your life force, as Dale was saying, on your energy field, because everything you're taking on. It's a really tough one. So even more reason to get yourself that sort of natural fortification from being outside as often as you can, doing something that you can get some joy from with the children. I'm not saying not with the children, but if there is time just for you, that will be important too, to get some treatments. But as Dale said, you're just going to have to schedule this, otherwise it won't happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that something you think you can do? Can you talk it over with your husband?
Yes. No, I need to do it because I don't like myself the way I am. And I don't like myself because I am exhausted. I know I can be better than this.
Yeah, and we all do it.
Yeah.
It is, and it's about remembering this isn't solely you. It's just about what's around you and the choices you've made. And it's about you finding and sourcing the true you in those 2 days off. Bring the ignition of self into the work, where you're smiling during the day because you actually have life force in you. Then having time off, holiday, right? I'm going on holiday. It doesn't have to be spending loads of money. It could just be going to another town where you can have a week off, 6 weeks a year, 4 weeks a year. And those can be moments where you can connect to spirit. Right, spirit, I want to listen now. Maybe my future might change at one point. Is this the road I want to take for the rest of my life? Those are questions you're going to have to ask yourself when you've learned to relax. Not now, because you can't ask those questions because there's too much going on in your reality.
Yeah, you've got to find a way on your day off to lose all those other energies that are around you. like we were talking about, and go out and eat, for goodness sake. Let someone else cook for a change. Let them look after you.
That's my plan for tonight. Me and the girls are going somewhere nice.
Yeah, or get a takeout. Anything. Give yourself a break from everything that is involved with that business. Because that's the only way.
Do you know any good jokes?
Yeah.
Do you want to go on, give us a good joke?
Tell you a good joke. Oh. I can't think of any right now. I know a few.
Have you got any funny things that have happened in the restaurant that you can think of off the top of your head? Mishaps in the kitchen?
Oh, this restaurant has been it feels like a curse to us. I don't know. It had so many downfalls since we got it, and I pushed through so many things that push us back over and over again, and all I can think about is when we were cooking under the water, our feet in the water, when we were cooking with not having light in half of the restaurant. This is gonna be funny later.
Yes.
When we were cooking in 108 degrees because the hood needed to be replaced.
Yeah.
When we had to pull pots to cover all the holes because it was raining in the restaurant in every corner. This restaurant just as soon as we got it, it was one after another after another. Every 3-4 months, something came down, something broke, something happened.
I don't think you're in balance with the ancestors of the land. Take them an offering.
I'm not. I love the land.
I would take them an offering.
Okay.
The ancestors of the land where the restaurant is. Yeah. Say.
Oh, where the restaurant is.
Yeah, where the restaurant is. Take them, the ancestors of that restaurant, or that land where the restaurant is. Take them an offering and do a prayer. Just read one of Andrew's prayers or write one of your own. But the important thing is you say that you come in equal co-creation, non-competition, non-hierarchical order, streaming body of photonic light, the DNA nation of one, coming to work with them, not against them.
And it would be a good idea as well to start writing some jokes and start writing some stories about the restaurant. And like you said then, the joy and happiness in your voice as you said that joke and connected to that story. So it would be very beneficial for you to, when you've got those days off, maybe write a few jokes or write about some funny experiences you had. And as you read them out, share them to the ancestors. But most importantly, the ancestor of you, the person of you, listening to yourself laugh, listening to some of the comedy which happens in the serious, the hard work reality, because you're just on the edge of flipping frequency by just observation in the funny tone, having a joke, having a laugh. That's you flipping away the depression right there from just saying a joke, saying a story. And you need that storyteller energy to flow through you because you are a storyteller, as well as you are a potent and powerful chef. So it would be, give those offerings, and as well as what Laura advised, do offerings of funniness, jokes, stories to them, so they can have a giggle at you and they can giggle with you. And that's going to really help you get some of the serious stick out your ass.
So I'll do that in the restaurant.
In the restaurant, out the restaurant, just a place you can be in the moment where you can alchemize and flip an energy around. So you can get the stump out of your ass to become a small stick. Then the stick comes out your ass and you're laughing your head off.
Yeah.
It's only there due to exhaustion, Delia.
Yes.
That's what's brought it on, that seriousness. and you won't start to lighten up till you get some rest. You can't. It'd be nice to switch a switch, but I think for you, you're going to have to just take time out. And then when you do that, just drive away from the area, get a change of energies. Sometimes that switch just does come on. Sometimes you can just flip those frequencies. But for you, it's maintaining that time off, maintaining that self-care in any way that you choose that is separate away from all those energies. And sometimes we used to have customers round to the restaurant as friends for dinner, and I wouldn't do that. There's lots of things I wouldn't do again that I did when I was in the restaurant, simply because it's healthier for your own soul just to move away and get different energies, because you've got to come back and handle your energy field has got to handle the input of all those different faces, all those different energies coming at you day after day. Because even if you're not out the front, the energies of the people are there in the building, coming in and out, in and out, in and out. How many covers do you do a day?
I don't know, it can be 40, it can be 100.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, which over the course of 6 days, it can be quite a lot.
I do talk to the restaurant, but I talk to the restaurant into, okay, open your doors to more people. Like, I'm asking for the restaurant to be more helpful to bringing people in.
Yeah, it's really related to the ancestors of the land again, because if you took the restaurant as a, well, an entity or whatever you want to call it, yes, it's got the 4 walls and everything else. It's also having to deal with all the different energies that are coming in. And how long has it been a restaurant? So how long has it had this throughput, this footfall of all these different energies? Yeah, see, coming in and out. So you got to start with the basics of the land. And I'd even say Sage the restaurant, but you know what? I don't know how effective that will be. Yeah,
I did twice, but I don't know. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, just a one-off. I don't think it's going to do an awful lot. I mean, you've got layering upon layers, which is why you want to go right to the nub of that, and that's the ancestors. Deal with the ancestors and find some resolution there to make it a more fulfilling, more peaceful and more equally balanced existence for you there. Does that make sense to you, Delia? You're muted, darling.
Delia, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I'm back, sorry. No, this has been very helpful. Thank you so much. This has been amazing.
So before you go, can you share another funny story with us about the restaurant and just anything crazy what happened?
I cannot think of anything.
Have you ever had the restaurant staff take out food when you're in the middle of doing it and you've got the plate up, ready, prepped up, and you're just putting the finishing touches and they come in and whisk it away? We've had things like that, or taken the wrong dish. I mean, there's a bit of Faulty Towers that happens in restaurants.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those happen. Yeah, and then you scream, "Come back!"
Yes, yes. So if you're like my husband, sometimes you throw something across to the wash up, and the poor wash up guy has to dodge whatever is coming flying his way. And all the restaurant staff go out and hide, and then nobody wants to go in the kitchen to collect the next meal because it's incredibly high pressure out in the kitchen. You've got the heat, you've got the pressure of the service. You want your food to go out hot and well presented. I'm sure we've all watched Gordon Ramsay and all those shows. There's nothing.
I do. It's so funny because I still go home and watch Hell's Kitchen.
Oh no.
What do you swear much in the kitchen?
No, not unless I swear the other day. Like,
What swear words do you use? What type of swear word person are you?
well, I'm Romanian, so sometimes I'll swear in my language, which is a lot better because nobody can understand me. So, but no, usually it's like short curse words, and then I move on.
Well,
So-
well done. You know, well done for, I do know how hard it is. So well done for doing that. I never wanted to work in the kitchen, and sometimes I had to help out. I was always pleased to go through that swing door. I would rather face the customers than I would my husband sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know exactly. Oh, my husband and first year, I thought we were gonna be divorced, but in the next year, it was very testy for us. We're in a better place now, but yeah, it's a lot.
Good.
It's a lot.
Yeah, you definitely have to work as a team. I won't.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say I am divorced now. we couldn't get through. We were there 10 years. That was a long stint. But hopefully, I have every confidence that you two will work it out if you get your work-life balance back, darling.
Yes. No, when we're good, everything is good. I mean, it should.
Good.
Well, we push it through. We always push it through. We always make it.
What's your romance life like?
Well, not much of romance right now. Romance.
They probably have to shut themselves in the walk-in fridge to get any privacy.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
going to be
no,
something to
that
plan.
happened.
Something to plan there, having you two time.
Yes, we have our 9th year anniversary couple of days, so
And lots of sex. Yeah.
Yes. And go out for a meal, for goodness sake. Don't cook for him.
No, he's the one that cooks more. He's a very good chef. He's really good.
Good.
Well, it sounds like you've got a good team.
Yes,
Just
we are.
work it out with him. Tell him how you feel and what's happening. Because your well-being will have a knock-on effect to his well-being. Yeah? Manage this business between you. So it's not in charge of you and you're in charge of it. Put yourself back in control. The maitre d' or head chef or whatever. Don't be the sous chef to the restaurant, be the head chef. So you're in charge, yeah?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna re-listen to this, take notes, and start working on my physical and my mental.
Do. If you want any follow-up sessions, I'm always available, or Dale. Please do. Or come back in a few weeks on Stick and tell us what's happening.
Tell you a good joke.
Yes. So next time you come on, you've got to at least have 3 jokes. 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or I'd really like those restaurant stories. They're really good. Some of the bizarre things can happen.
I'll think of some. I'm sure they happen. Just they're not coming out.
No.
Experiences and one-liners. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Perfect. Celia,
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Go and plan your recovery and your wellness journey.
I think that's what I needed to hear.
Go and do that. It's possible, darling.
Yes. Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks for calling in.
Too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was fun.
Wow, Dale, what a phenomenal caller.
Yeah, I love that. I love something different. I don't think we've had a chef working that before like that for a while.
No, I really enjoyed that because I could
I did.
feel everything about that. and the
Yes.
exhaustion that hits you, and you just don't know where to turn, is so
Yeah.
physically demanding.
I remember working 6 days, like getting in at 7 a.m., having a few hours off in the afternoon, coming back for dinner 6 days a week. And I remember getting to the point where I was in it for like, 6 years, 7 years, and no Christmases. You had no Christmas because the restaurant was open, Boxing Day, New Year's Eve. And all you did was have those few days off in midweek. And I remember it just grounded me, but it was a bit different because she's a chef and we were more front of house, dealing with the customers, taking orders. And yeah, I remember my legs and everything was just, great show.
Yeah, fabulous. Well, unless anyone else has come in, which I don't think that they have.
Yeah.
We've been going an hour and 20, Dale, and that was a long call.
We'll call it an end to the show.
Lovely.
So, Laura, how can people get a hold of you for your sessions?
Okay, Laura2feathers@gmail.com with the number 2. So anything you'd like to know to help you on your journey, I can teach you some basic and advanced shamanic skills to help you on that step to self-mastery. And what do we want self-mastery for? We want it so we can express our soul better in the now, grounded. The theme of the show. We want that so we can be grounded in the moment of now, have co-creation with the unseen world, and that does give you it can give you a great life. You just got to go into that and do that and have the discipline to do it, and it can change your life, but you've got to be committed to do it. Not saying it's for everybody, but if anybody would like a session with me, also to talk to your ancestors, and I'm an ancestral medium, so I would love to talk to you and your ancestors. So thanks very much, and thank you, Delia. Thank you, Joel, our producer, and thank you, Dale. How can people get hold of you, Dale?
And thank you for all of our sponsors.
Yeah.
We have our sponsor, File Source. Source accepted. So if anybody would like to visit the Bears Dreaming Lodge with myself and have a soul surgery, psychic surgery session, and if you'd like me to read your dreamers' potentials, take you to the lodge, see the introspection of who you are, understand the many yous, and how you can chart a course of awareness back to who you are. So that's what all the psychic surgery is about, as well as it's a clearing, cleansing tool to remove some of the garbage and shit which is stuck in us. If you're feeling sad, worried, depressed, book a session with me. I'm also offering this Sunday, I've got the Ancestral Medium Workshop on Sunday, 5 p.m. UK time. It's a full 4-hour workshop for a low price. So there's still spaces if you'd like to sign up. Head over to my website. We also have the Galactic History 3.0 coming this Sunday. So if you head over to the website as well, and there'll be a link for that in the description. If you want to come and experience a live GH Galactic History 3.0 live, visit the website, and I believe there's a monthly sign up there as well. And just want to say and appreciate everyone listening. Please drop a like, a subscribe wherever you are for the support. We do these shows out of love for the journey and love for all of you. So thank you so much for listening. Smile and enjoy the rest of your